But yeah, I'm going to jump in and thank Card Kingdom again for their sponsorship as we head into draft mode. I'll move it into draft view. And let's convert some value. Now, given that this is the paid account, we don't have to rare draft. There's no pressure to take gems over anything. We could take feather for the fun of it, though, and it's also white, so if we wanted to lean white, that would be a white-leaning pick, you know? Yeah, you know, we were talking, Ferlin Bando asks a question that we were basically discussing on stream yesterday a bit, which is, any thoughts on how to keep up the long-term goal? In my case, consistently improving as a player while enjoying the trip, and that's the key part. When some specific sets seem to plunge you into a roller coaster ride that might not be for everyone's tastes, and yes, I'm thinking about war and these A-bombs that can nuke a player out of the game once they hit the table. I talked about taking breaks yesterday, and that's one solution, but let's talk about a solution, you know, a way you can approach improvement that's probably easier on your sanity. And there's two ways I would go to approach it. If the format is really killing you, but you continue want to study Magic and enjoy it, not only watch streams and watch content and watch the videos, but I think something people don't do enough with draft videos and VOD streaming content from especially top players is press pause and decide on your pick, and then press play and see what Ben S says about it. Press pause, decide on your next pick, and then press play and see what he says about it. Go to the games. Press pause at the start of each one of Ben's turns and plot out your whole turn and decide what you would do with that turn, and then watch what Ben does with it. You know, that's a way that you can continue to enjoy this game, continue to really study the game, and do things that will make you really help you on that improvement path without subjecting yourself personally to the trials and tribulations that the set foists on you due to its swinginess. And instead you get to laugh at Ben S when he's cruising along no problem and then runs into a Ketra and crashes and burns. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I think studying the game videos and draft videos of expert level players with pause, play, and really dedicating yourself to using it as a lesson and not just a passive form of entertainment is a really great way to get good at the game while avoiding the frustrations of a format you're not particularly loving. Yeah, mulligans. Every decision. Just pause and make your decision and then see why Ben does it differently. Because you know why Ben has a 67 win percent and you don't? He does things differently from you. So go start mapping that out and figuring out where you disagree, you know? Okay. Take feather. See what's next. Change this account info. We are on paid. And we're going to war best of one. Troll. It's probably the best card here. Yeah, it is the best card here. So I guess we take it. We'll look to lean white if we can, but there's no justifiable white here. There's maybe a justifiable Pyrohelix if we really wanted to stick to the feather plan. But I think we should take the troll and stay open to what the bots. This is just the best card, and for the first few picks, I want to be. Well, I don't want to force. So, like I said, there was talk of forcing. I don't think that's correct. I think we should take the troll and see what the table wants us to be. And it may still be back in red. Like here, I'm looking at Tybalt's Rager pretty positively. Heartfire and Prophet are here as well. So let's go with, what do you think, Rager or Prophet then? Snap Rager, says Raptor. I think Prophet has some things to say about doing really good work, but I don't think it's Snap, but I think it's close, and I think it is probably Rager. I think this is a case where the rarity is correct. Yeah, we also might get the profit later. Heartfires have been going a little earlier than they have been, but here's a Spark Harvest. We could also Spark Harvest and potentially be black-red. So yeah, I'm going to take Spark Harvest as the best card here. Oh, you want Griffin? Griffin is possible as well. We do have a Feather. I'll put this one to a vote, because if I'm going to go Harvest... 22nd, Harvest. I'm going to say Harvest or Griffin. But honestly, Griffin just means something in Boros. So really, Griffin is a vote for figuring out a Boros pick, and Harvest is a vote for just taking the Spark Harvest. Lots of support for Harvest. You're late, Logan. I don't think you would have pushed it anyway. I get, yeah, there's people who want to try the Feather, but we're going to, we'll stick with chat's thoughts here. Also, if we do get forced back into Boros, if we end up in the Boros path, all that stuff tends to wheel. Oh, Tekken is a little behind. I like Toll over Finisher for sure. The only question is like pouncing links, but I think we're fading away from white. It's not like we only want to go into white when the bots are screaming at us to do so, and they really aren't here yet. Not yet. So we'll take Toll. Well, Celebrant with Toll and Spark Harvest could be a reason to head that direction. But Crunch is also more support for red-black aggro. Ceratok goes back towards the troll direction, but I'm feeling like we're getting far away from there. I don't know about Plaza. I'm not... Just because we don't have our colors settled doesn't mean I want to be a 3-color deck. I want to figure out which 2-color deck we are. But I'm thinking it might be correct to take the Celebrant here over... over a fairly replaceable Crunch. I haven't seen much to want to... I mean, this is the only place I've been tempted by green. So, yeah, this is somewhat meh anyway, and it's with a color I'm not sure about. I'm going to hedge towards, hey, if we end up here, this is great. We're still just trying to figure out what the bots want us to do. Crunch is good. I'm not going to... I can't go to excellent with you there, Big Shark Chris, but Crunch is a good card. Guild Globe or Firemind Vessel. Heart of Bent. Even if you're... really? I don't know about that. I've faced several boards so far this format where I could not win because the Cruel Celebrant landed and finished off a game. Yeah, it's hedging with Globe or hedging with Vessel, but I actually like the hedge with Globe better than the Vessel. I think this is a better fixer. Wow, where are we? We're in Bad Pack City is where we are. Invade the Bad Pack City. Look at that mess over there. I quit. Bolt Bend isn't strictly bad. In fact, it's much better here. Oh, no, actually, we're not in best of 3 anymore, so it's a lot worse here. I do not like starting it. I like bringing it in against heavy removal. All right, we'll take the strike because everything else here is garbage. Sprint. Maybe we just, let's move in on feather. I mean, we have one Spark Harvest and a Toll and a Cruel. All right, whatever. It's all Garbo. Maybe a Hellion here, though. Although, what are we sacking? I guess we're in red, so we might get amass tokens. Initiate for the Hyper Aggro. All right, we'll go Boros. Yeah, okay. Bots are definitely saying red, and we have a feather. We'll keep this around for consideration, and maybe even this. This wield. Living Twister could be splashed with this globe. We could be just kind of mega red. There's a Divine Arrow or Trusted Pegasus to support Feather. Although Feather is mega white. So I think, yeah, it's probably Arrow or Pegasus, depending on what we think is most important. Ooh, it looks like we've got some conflict in chat. Most supporting Arrow. We got Mike supporting the Pegasus. Anybody else on the Pegasus train? I understand it. I'm not going to go bread for life there, Wind Raven, but we can consider it. Yeah, I like Pegasus. I'm going to... clearly, chat in numbers favors the Arrow, but I think I like Pegasus for where this deck is headed. Prison Realm, though, we will take over a Pegasus. Another Pegasus opportunity, but another Rager opportunity. I like adding a Rager over another Pegasus. What do you think? 2-drop? I'm just going 2-drop over 3-drop with low to the ground Boros. Triumph is fantastic to see here. We definitely found the open color, and then white's being ignored again, but we're going to take Triumph. Law Rune Enforcer, amazing. More removal we're passing, but this is removal in and of itself. Yeah, the weird was nice, but I couldn't see it over the Triumph. And Bond of Passion in aggro, not the worst, but I think we just want a Lynx. Hoping we don't play any of these. Do we take an Assailant in case we're desperate for 2s? I don't think we're going to be desperate for 2s. I also don't think we're going to play this, and probably not this, or at this point this. In which case, yeah, actually, we're a little shorter on 3s, so we'll take a bully. Profit over the Stray plan. Another Sprint, but there is a Screecher. Sprint works with Feather, though. Still, these are... we should be able to pick up more of these. Yeah, I know it works with Feather. We have one already, though, and there's a certain number that we don't want more than a certain number anyway. And a cheap flyer can pressure Planeswalkers, too. Screecher's been overperforming. And we did get the Crunchy back at 10. And Honor or Random Assailant. I guess Honor is just better. We already have one. I think in aggro, you kind of want Honor as the top end of your curve to get rid of extra lands and refill on curve stuff. And so I like having that in the deck for that role. I just don't know if we need two, but I don't think we don't want a assailant. Ooh, and look, yeah, we found the right colors. So good job, team. Do we like the Spellgorger? Is it good enough here? Or do we just want more twos? Yeah, weird is going to be good for us, isn't it? We're doing enough weird stuff. Yeah, red was where to be. Ah, too bad we can't open something sweet. We have to settle for a stupid martyr. That's really wah-wah. I guess we take it, though. I mean, we could take... This is probably wheeling. We are not... this is the paid account, so gem grinding isn't a huge concern for us, but it's also, like, it may just be correct here. Like, I think if we want this for our deck, we're going to get it back. So, yeah, even though this is the paid account, sometimes there's just nothing else worth taking. In this case, though, we get Greeting over Heartfire, which we hope to wheel. Another Greeting. Yeah, thank you. Griffin in the air, Invader on the ground, or Heartfire. We don't even have a Heartfire yet. Let's look at curve. Oh yeah, let's get a Griffin. I mean, we want to be low to the ground, but this is a nice curve topper. And we're going to get every greeting that gets open in the draft. So... there's another strike for this nonsense, but I think we just actually want the martyr here. Like, you all want non-creatures, but let's look at our creature count before we make this call. Right now we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hope we don't play this 14. Well, we're at 14 creatures, so I think we have some flexibility. And yeah, this Heartfire can just finish them off, and we don't even have one yet, and we're mid-late pack 3, so I am going to take the Heartfire. Ogre is fine also. But I think I like the Heartfire plan. Man, all the Ragers in the set are in our deck. And a Rising Populace is perfect. I'm not sure about playing the first one. I guess I'll take a Bond of Passion over a second Goblin Assault team. Seems like there's 0 red bots. We're getting whatever we want. Just whatever we want, so yeah. Well, no red bots, it seems. Is this amazing? Or is this... What is this? We have 9 cuts. 9 cuts. 20 creatures. Probably not playing... Let's cut our least favorite stuff. Do we get rid of the links even? Grim. I like a couple of these for support feather. You want both the honors? Well, we got... All right, tell me what we're cutting then. Look at this. Look at this action. Probably can cut a mountain. I don't think mono red is worth it when we have such quality as Prison Realm, Trusted Pegasus, and Law Rune Enforcer. I think we're not cutting the Screecher. We're definitely. Well, I'm lowering the land count to 16, but I'm still playing the Griffin. Invader. What are we talking about? Where's the Invader? Oh, on-crop Invader. Yeah. Turret Ogre is fine. 4 3s for 4. Maybe we don't need it. 16, 10. We could also do this, and like this. That would be the low curve thing we could do if we wanted to experiment with that. I would keep 2 Heartfires if we have 2 honors, because we just want to. I also don't want to cut the Heartfires because they are our what was the old school Visions card? Sack 2 mountains to deal 4. Classic red finisher in the old burn decks. I kind of like Heartfire in that role. That if we get him to 6 or 7, chances are we can all out attack and finish him. And we have a couple of 3s, so we got to name this deck based on the presence of the feather at rare, and then something to do with the Prophet, Rager, and Greeting. Could be hello something. All right, how about Feather Says Hi? So this is a little crazy. We'll try this first. I could see going back to a more traditional build and bringing in Griffin. But we'll start here. And I'm going to take a quick bio break before we dive in for the game. Is that cool? Hope so, because it's going to happen. Be right back. All right. Any other final comments here before we dive in? Double D's with the hindsight. Okay. Yeah, if I were to play the initiate, I guess this would be the deck. We could consider it over what? Like, I like everything else better, I think, is the problem. Nah, I love Populace. Yeah, our whole deck is sack material for Heartfire. I mean, the thing is, everything here is sack material for Heartfire. It's just that everything else here is actually good on its own. Sack material for Heartfire is not a reason to play a card. That the card is good on its own is a reason to play a card. This is at the low end of what I'm talking about there. These two are not that great, but the synergy with Feather is high enough that they're passable. But I don't know. We'll come back to it. Maybe Initiate. You come up with what you would swap for it. Like somebody suggested, Rising Populace. I'll make that data point ask, and when we draw Populace, ask if we'd rather have Initiate. But I think we'll be happier with Populace on average. All right, risky. I'm also playing Feather on 7 planes, which in itself isn't maybe the best. Speaking of the problem. But we're going to keep anyway. We've got 2 removal spells and Honor to help us find the white. And this removal spell actually does help us find the white. Start on a red, but we'll play planes next in case we luck into a second planes for a turn 3 Feather. Sure. And I'm just going to greet the Prophet right now. And we'll keep that since we're going to make an amass token as well. Triumph does go to Planeswalker face, but we're gonna see what we can do with Feather on that front. Let's read Feather. I'm gonna read my cards for once. Flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. And that all happens no matter, whether Feather is there or not, just for that point. I'm going to send Feather at Saheeli, and if they want to trade the Silverwing, that's fine.
Just give me an idea.
Maybe it's worth just finishing off Chandra, or finishing off Saheeli here. But maybe she's not actually the most important thing. I'm going to risk it, and we're just going to honor here and pitch this plains. Oh, you can have a sprint. So Feather's ability in the house. Oh, is it going to survive? Well, let's see. Maybe they only go for 4 on Feather. If they only go for 4 on Feather, we get to save her.
Vengeance will rain like meteors.
Wait, they only went 3? How do I tell? How do I know what they did, though? Does anybody know? So does that mean 3? Are we guaranteed 3? What? Yeah, why did they do that? Well, yeah, we get it back either way. I'm just confused as to why they did that. I'm gonna say, well, we'll keep it, actually. It's something.
Squash you like a roach.
Okay. I guess they decided they could not beat that. We totally lucked out there. This is so risky with a double white card. I'd like this better if Feather were red white. But I'll give it another. We'll run it back here. Similar keep here. Yeah, Mike, you're not wrong. In a sense, it's best to play Feather with some spare mana to support her abilities. And for two games in a row, we had 3 mountains and then drew 2 plains off the top, because I guess that's how that's going to work for us. Yeah, I'm going to honor here. Was thinking about whether or not we wanted to like pump the Rager, but we're going to honor away a mountain. I'm going to attack with the Rager. If they block, we get to pump and strike. Yeah, we'll do this. I want to get the Enforcer out. And we'll get a second Rager out. Well, maybe a Prophet is worth it. Yeah, we'll do a Prophet here. Then if we strike, we get a Scry.
We'll create great things, you and I.
Can't do anything to save it. Too bad. They're getting aggro, though, so we're going to come at that's Saheeli here with at least 2 of our... Oh, we got Chandra's Triumph, so that helps as well. That can go at Planeswalkers, that's why I was saying that. So let's think through this turn, then. We have 5 mana. I think it's important to get rid of Saheeli, or the nonsense begins. They already have Spellkeeper Weird Saheeli nonsense, so we really need to take care of this. I think we play the mountain, attack. The question is, do we remove anything? Because we could Greeting the token. Yeah, and I guess if they block the token, we have some options here. Just attack everything. I'm going to attack everything at Saheeli, and then we get to decide what to do on after blocks. Just making sure there wasn't any terrible attacks that we didn't want to do. And like our worst case here, effectively, is Spellkeeper attempts to eat the 1/1, and we get to both. We can greet the weird and triumph off Saheeli. We have a lot of options here based on how they block, basically. Yeah, so if we triumph Saheeli, Prophet will pump and take out Saheeli fully, and then we can greeting the weird and take out the weird, and then they're just down to a Sky Theater Strix. Do we strike the Prophet? No. Well, we could do it that way, and then she gets 3. I just want to finish her off, though. Let's just finish her off. Saves Triumph. So you want to greet the weird, strike the Prophet. Does that get... That puts... 1, 2, 3. That makes Prophet a 4 power, though, right? I would like to save the Triumph, but I'm just going to take her out. I'm not going to play around here.
I will craft your demise.
Yeah, greeting first would have been fine, but this is fine too.
Time to come up with a new plan.
They could have follow-up plays that make us sad, but I think that was a good way to go. Yeah, strike on Prophet was +2. And then, oh yeah, I guess, no, that would have worked. No, we still had to cast the, because we needed to cast 3 spells for that. Does it? It's naturally 1. Strike gives it 2 more. The 3rd burn gives it a 4th. One short was what we came up with, so actually, let's see. Let's not be hasty. If we attack with Rager, we do threaten to trade for this, and that's a trade we would happily make. So let's send in the Rager and ask if, ask if they want to make that trade. They do. Okay, I'm totally cool with that. All right, you get that. Well, we're gonna dump our Defiant Strike and dump our hand after that.
You would be easier than dealing with demons. And let me pick your brain for a minute.
Rager and Pegasus, bye-bye Prophet, I guess.
I don't think you'll be needing that.
That's not a bad Callous Dismissal. Unless it strands something in hand.
Loneliness can hurt.
Nice. Well, didn't play around that. Hard to justify playing around that, actually. But we do get to at least take it out. I can't hit anything. Do I have to hit myself? Submit 0? Hate getting got by this.
Ugh, what a whiner.
I'm beyond stunned they didn't have an instant that gave somehow their creature an extra point of toughness. Like, I can't even believe. Let's leave that there. Maybe they'll down Davriel to take that out. Well, we're about halfway through our deck with 15 lands, so we're actually right on track.
A terrific thing to waste.
Even there, you know, halfway through the deck at 8 lands, 15 lands, so nothing. Yeah, we're gonna save land. I mean, we have no use for this land except to pump. Pump our Rager. I don't even. Do we have one Rager left? Where's my deck list thing? Where'd you go? Yeah, so the land really doesn't matter anymore. I don't think we're going to win here, but these are the spells we have, so I will cast them. Boo. Well, house money at least. Looks fine. Thanks, Silver. No worries. Y'all make it easy to go through a rough streak. It rolls off the back a little easier when you're streaming. both Heartfires a little early. We're not intending to use them very soon. But good, we found something else to do. Oppo discarding. So, happening to somebody else now. Might get this. No counters. Might get a scoop here if they don't find another land. This is a deck that punishes missed land drops pretty heavily. Yeah, they're gonna have trouble here. I'm gonna pump once and play the Prophet. And this should be lethal next turn. So, here's the thing about Magic. You know, Mark Rosewater has talked about in different ways, the value of mana issues, mana screw. Like, what are the good things about mana screw? And it's a somewhat marginal one, but mana screw is such a great excuse. Because let's say Oppo goes and tells a buddy about this game. Or if you were playing in Oppo's shoes and you were to tell somebody about what just happened, what would you say? Would you say, my opponent curved out into 2 Ragers, a Prophet, and a Pegasus, and had 2 burn spells, and had one of the most, just had a amazing Boros start that there's no way I could have beaten? No. Oppo says, I got mana screwed and had to start discarding. So it's this great, well, yeah, like Shuffler's rigged or whatever. Anyway, it's funny how mana screw in this spot gives Oppo something to tell their friends other than I got stomped, Vaporkin trying to get a ban. Not for the S-bomb, but for the H-bomb. I don't think Hearthstone is better than Magic. I think it puts the variance in a different place. They at least they learned that lesson. It's possible, your game needs variance. So many games fixed Magic's variance and then died because only the skilled players won. Clearly Captain Kush. Clearly Shuffler's rigged. Rigged to hate you. This looks good. I play Constructed sometimes. That's you've given me a good opportunity to plug. Motor City Mama says, Ryan, do you only play Limited on this channel? We always start with Limited, but we have started playing Constructed at the end of the stream on Fridays with Jay Schneider. So around noon, basically 15 minutes from now, but on Friday we'll bring Jay on and we'll do some Constructed then. And this is so funny. We are definitely finding our land in this 15 land deck. Oh, Hearthstone. Like that shit wasn't the curse I was worried about. It was Hearthstone was the curse I was worried about. I'm gonna populous and swing, Mike. It doesn't matter in this case. Yeah, white has been underdrafted enough by bots that I think you can take advantage of that, Cap and Kush, and it sounds like maybe you have been. Interesting that they went for the Iron Bully instead of the army. Suggests that they have something proliferate related in their hands, so they want to get two things going instead of getting this army to lifelink faster. We have Jaya's Greeting, so we could set up a punish of the double block. But I think we want to... interesting, Motor City Mama. That's maybe something we can do with Jay is talk about how to start from scratch, where to begin from a low money account. Yeah, we'll swing profit only. I like that. We have the greeting for blowouts if they double block. Of course, they do not. This does mean that we don't get the extra point in from the God Pharaoh, which we're going to cast now. I am going to wait. Like, they could go second counter, proliferate, third counter, and we still have greeting on the zombie army. If they do something to get the zombie army to 4, then maybe I'll regret this, but I think we got to get rid of some of these planes. Fine, action, please. Is that action-y enough? I think so. We'll keep it. Nice, we found a Heartfire that we can use this zombie army on. So as expected, Oppo had Proliferate in hand because they spread their counters around. Interesting offer here. Do we like it? I mean... we could take out the bully here. Yeah, we could also just chump. Do we care about that even? Alright, we'll wait. If we are afraid of giant growth, we can wait and play around that. It was an interesting offer, worth considering, but I think with our removal suite in hand, it makes sense to wait here. And we can greet with Proliferate on the stack if necessary. Maybe we should just kill the Sage, and it was a mistake to let the Sage untap here. Yeah, I don't know. Might have to... Ooh, are they short on land? Yeah, the army is super important, but we also have this, okay. Oh. How about, your red removal sucks now card. So we gotta use our red removal now. We're gonna go... Greeting on... what? Greeting on the Sage or the Bully? I think it has to be the Sage, and we just let the Bully try and stay at 3-3. And we're kind of lucky that Oppo didn't have a land to play. Ooh, Unfortunately, that no longer works with the Wanderer, so I gotta actually... but it can... Alright, we have an Hourglass. Other permanents you control. Okay, so we can go at the Wanderer with the Triumph. But I don't know what that gets us. That doesn't feel like it gets us much. I'm gonna do that. And then do that. And then Heartfire here. And sack this. Wow, got some good good scries here. Getting some land out of the way.
Under my blade.
And if they send in the Bully, we probably offer a trade here. Well, maybe not. We have another profit coming. I guess we just take it. And there's a Rager. That helps too. You like Populace attacking through the bully? But, I mean, they can block and... yeah, I should be holding the land for honor, but now that we have a Rager, I wanted... we'll hold future lands, but I liked having 6 land for a triple Rager pump. Yeah, I like the attack next turn. We might draw something off the top that helps the profits as well. Going to remove what? No problem, Motor City Mama, I don't either. I just happened to remember that time. Yeah, RTFC would be a nice emote. I think I have a... We actually have some new emotes slots opening up. So yeah, I'm going to have to get Oni on a couple of new emotes. I might take some voting on that at some point. We had thought about... No, they can't use the Wanderer. We didn't have anything they could wander, right? That's true. Oppo playing like me, I guess. We'll hold that land, as said, for the other honor, and now we'll sit back and... Well, we can... do we threaten the Wanderer? If we attack with the Rager, what happens? They block and trade. That's not very exciting. Yeah, they'll just trade with the army token, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, have a couple more emote slots. I was thinking of a rat-based Galaxy Brain emote or RTFC. Is that Exile? Oh, yeah. There you go. Oppo's smarter than all of y'all. Oh, the proliferate, though. Oh, they could proliferate mine. There. Chat is smarter than everybody. Well, feeling like we may be waiting to die. There's our God Pharaoh. We will let the auto tap do this because we have Feather in the deck. Yeah, we need Ragers because they're the one things that can grow big enough to actually do something effective on the ground. So we'll keep that. Not a bad draw, given our circumstance. Is it enough? I don't know. Enforcer's great, and really our win condition here is Feather. Like, we find Feather, she dodges the Wanderer, and we could actually maybe get in for 12 more. I gotta switch browsers. Chrome, you are letting me down. What's up, Google? Used to be the browser I wanted. Now, let me down all the time. Hopefully... Oh. Google... Everything's crashing on Google front over here. I think we're still on fine on stream, though, right? I just can't hear you guys now because the... oh, here we go. No, the Griffin is gone, but Feather's still in there. And if the Enforcer survives, it keeps us from the life linking for the future turns. We also have the ability to trade with it. What does this mean? Does it mean something here? Oh, prevent that must be prevent non-combat damage. Yeah, alright. Can't tap the token, right. Reading cards again. Reading cards is for Motor City Mama, not for me. And if we do that, it's harder to trade with that. I'm just gonna pass. They can bring it. We got Ragers. Our best bet might be to be trying to go to the face, but that doesn't work anyway, right? I just have to do that. There's nowhere to go with damage but the Wanderer. This set is so hard. I'm stunned at the number of things I continue to just miss, because it's just a hard set. This is now blank. Since it can't hit the Wanderer and it can't hit anything else. Unless we want to be sneaky and shoot our own thing for some reason. Yeah, Scry 3. Scry 1 3 times isn't the worst, but it's not great. Especially since it literally has to kill something. If we had a 4 toughness, that would go down a little easier. Okay, then. Kind of in waiting to die mode here. So what's the plan, Ryan? How are you not going to die? Burning Prophet, Feather, Prison Realm, getting rid of the Wanderer, unlocking Jaya's Greeting so that we can combo to actually kill some big things. And then we just need, like, Feather. But really, we're pretty bad off without Pegasus, Feather, and Prison Realm. Oh, I failed to tap something, which is pretty bad, but it looks they're thinking they don't have great attacks into the Rager anyway. Maybe we do want to play a land to allow tap plus triple Rager. Or we'll tap that in case it matters. Yeah, I'm gonna do this so we can play this and at least have a tap and a double pump. But really, we'd like to get that Prison Realm in the next 2 turns so we can get rid of the Wanderer and greet the army token before it becomes a 4/4. So we're kind of on a clock there. This might be, the bully might be more threatening and should be the thing to tap since it requires a double block. But looks like, all right, come on, Prison Realm. Oh, saw a white card, thought we might get there. It's a flyer, so there's that. We'll play that. Maybe there's something to do with the pump everything, but I don't think that's going to be our secret sauce here. If we do not find the Prison Realm off the top, we do have one more draw to find Heartfire. But frankly, if we find Heartfire, it may be correct at that point to just be War Screecher, Dome type situation. Attack with everything, pump everything, and squeeze in the last points of damage. Heartfire again doesn't work though. Heartfire does not. Oh, Heartfire goes at the Wanderer, so that could help. But you see what I mean? Like, I'm trying my best to contain the passive Planeswalker stuff in my head in this set, and it just doesn't stay there. The number of times that I lock onto a passive Planeswalker ability for like 20 seconds, and then am talking about plays that I can't even do 25 seconds later is insane. And part of that's me being an old dumb guy, but I think it's just the format's really tough that way. And now yeah, we'll do this. Still tap the big guy.
Sorry I'm late.
So busted. Just having an Arrester's Admonition is pretty good.
Let's try this.
Looking at deck totals now, trying to hope. This just feels like this game is like why I don't like Constructed, because if I play an aggro deck, I'm waiting for 12 years to die. But they're still not attacking. Hey, there's our Prison Realm. Okay, Prison Realm. Just on time. Yeah, we'll keep that.
When I'm beat, I'm beat.
Are there attacks for us? Not really. Especially because we need the greeting for the army, so we're just going to do that now. All this Spellgorger fodder that we're now basically doing all this scry work to draw a Grey Ogre, but it's a Grey Ogre that can actually get pretty big for us, so we gotta go for it. You can't realm the Dreadhorde Invasion. Again, this set is just full of... No, you didn't read it. Sorry. And I don't say that mockingly. You all see that I'm doing that constantly here. Yeah, we could have tried to kill Teferi. That was supposed to be us today. We were supposed to do that today.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Methinks he doth protest too much. Maybe Oppo's just like, you're supposed to scoop now, dude. Isn't this where you scoop? It kind of is. Yeah, we do shut it down with Enforcer. So it's never going to attack. So we keep playing this out. But we can't pressure Teferi or anything because we need to... Oh, auto tap, come on. I gotta talk to my man. I mean, why? I have onboard activations. Doesn't really matter. I want the Enforcer, so we only have one activation anyway, but still. Frustrating the auto tap's not just a little better than that. No, if we attack with Screecher, they crew Parhelion. You guys want me to, like, why do you want me to run this into Parhelion? Like, yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm extra lethal this set, and you all are extra lethal too. Like this is so precarious as a streamer, both for trusting my own brain and trusting your brains, and being like, well, Mike says this, he's usually right. Oh, but even Mike didn't read that one time. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting Mike on the spot when I can't actually remember a time where he had a reading fail. But a lot of reading fails from the perspective of streamer and chat these days.
An excellent informant for my study.
This is ridiculous. I'm kind of just amused by the fact that we're not stone dead yet.
No tail should be discarded.
But this should do it. They take out the Law Rune Enforcer here. We get one tap of like something, but then they can crew and we're done for. All right, Oppo, we'll give this one to you. I'm done. All right, we're at 2 losses. I'll play a little bit more, but I'm getting hangry, not just angry, so I need to put some food in me. Let me take a short break here, and I'll be back with enough energy to finish this. Looking pretty good here. I'm going to start on Prophet in case we want to cast Heartfire for some reason next turn or whatever. At least gives us a an activation. Land would be great here because this is a great first 3 turns for us from an opponent on the draw play against us. No luck there. We are running 15 though, so this is another outcome we should not be surprised about. The idea is we can operate on 2 or 3 mana pretty effectively. So we'll rage. We got our land, but what do we do with it? We have a threat of activation attack with the Rager pretty easily. I think we can do a threat of activation attack with the Rager and then just put out a 3-drop. And then... or maybe in a... Yeah. Let's start with the Rager attack, though. Offer this trade up. See if they're interested. Not interested. Yeah, let's go max power here. And see about racing on the strength of this Enforcer. Okay, they're a little stuck on mana as well, and drawing a land here is great for us because we can use the Enforcer offensively and still play one of our 3s if we want. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and Hearthfire away the Sphinx. I mean, we could work the face here, but I like this. It means that the Enforcer can just move on to the next best thing Oppo offers up in defense, and hopefully we can still keep up the pressure, and that basically sending that to that defender will be worth more than 4 damage to the face in the long run anyway. So that's also great that their best, the best thing they could muster was redropping the Geode. We're going to double attack and take this opportunity to get out Rager and Screecher. And then with no land, we have 3-drop plus Enforcer to kind of seal the deal here. They need something sweeper-like, I think, to get out of it now. Time wipe involves white, though, right? So there's still at least one color source away from something like that. But we got there. They did not have any of those sneaky things. There we go. That's correct now. Let's see. Onion honey mustard pretzels. Nobody else in my house likes them, which is amazing. If you live with 3 other people who share your food and 2 of them are teenagers, you need to have the snacks that they don't like. Looking good again. Hey! That's our plan. Well, not with Grim Initiate. Holden Caulfield is here to make us think. What do you think that was about? I mean, I don't read cards a lot, but I'm pretty good at looking at power and toughness. Pretty good. One of my strengths is reading power and toughness. Prophet or Screecher? Probably Prophet first, because we might be firing off that greeting next turn. You're not wrong. I'm having trouble keeping up my own ability to type into chat, so I can't do the command, but if you type exclamation point Godot, you can see a little tale about the origin of that username here. Well, I'll play that. Let's see. Attack. Still don't understand that chump Oppo did. Maybe they really just wanted an army token because they have some ways to grow it? I don't know. Hey, Dionysus. I was on the development team for Dominaria, correct. I have, like, I'm in the credits. If you go look up at the credits for the set, I'm in the credits. But if I'm honest about it, it was... not my most intensive participation in a set development. I was kind of at that, but yes, I did. But I'll talk to that more later. Let me figure out this play and turn. We're just going to add Rager, Screecher. We'll add Screecher here. do they have a second trick? None of this changes, like, they're just kind of doing this. We get to get rid of whichever one we don't want. I'm going to keep the Screecher around. And we'll add this new one. Unfortunately, as pointed out, I should have played a red card because it would give us a 2-spell turn in the context of our glut of white. So even though we have 4 lands, we're only playing a spell a turn here at the current pace. That's pretty big, but we can play a Crunch and block it unless they want to spend a lot of money. A lot of mana. Money. I'm not blocking with a Screecher though, so we'll start here. Add a Crunch. And maybe we just try and race. They've only got 1 card, well now 2 cards, but we'll see. We'll see what they can do with their... Sure.
I would be honored. My friend is here to help your pain.
How? Is that any good? That's okay. Oh, that's the worst draw in our deck right there. Literal. Literal worst. I like sending both at Tybalt if they need to either give up Tybalt, give up a Devil, or give up a Cyclops. All those things are decent results for that crunch.
Delicious violence.
Razor isn't doing much pumping, and we kind of need to follow with additional red spells anyway, so let's do Prophet again. And I'm going to save the planes, because we have rummage-based card draw.
I adore an audience.
They're going for the race. I think that's okay with us. Ooh, especially with that. Which we're going to go ahead and use now. On the Enforcer. Well, we could... Yeah, Enforcer is the right choice here. Looking for Mountain or Action. Off the top. Action, you say. Is that good enough action? It can pump and trade with a Cyclops. It's not great, but guys, it's better than a land, and they're at no cards, and we have one to trade with the Cyclops, and the other one could then really be part of a winning strategy here. Although I guess it does trade with the Devil. A Mountain... I don't know if a Mountain's better than a Rager. I'm not sure I agree with that. I'll bin it because it's not great. But I'm not sure it's better than that. Prison Realm, though, is great. We'll keep that. Can even 2-spell now. And to that end, I'll go ahead and play this land. Nothing here can die to a Devil, so we're good. No, we don't need another Mountain to trade with Cyclops. We make this a 3-2, it dies and finishes off the Cyclops. And because of that, we're going to take out the Griffin as opposed to the Cyclops, because the... Oh... I don't know if y'all can hear me. I'm having a crash issue. I'm gonna try and let it resolve and see if we can get you back. If I